In one of my previous videos, I was working on this shirt pattern. This is the Isla Puff Sleeve top, and I printed this out and I was making a two-piece set out of some fabric that I had. I'll insert the video, well, I'll link to the video below in case you want to check it out. But I made the shirt in that video out of this pattern, but I altered it. So now I'm gonna make this actual pattern pretty much exactly. I mean, I'm assuming it'll be exact, but I got this material right here. This is what is this? I'm pretty sure this is a tablecloth. Got this from the Goodwill, washed it up. It's really nice. I like the texture of it. It has like this, I don't know, it might be hard to tell. You can kind of see it there. This is the inside of it. This is the outside. But do you see those little lines, like ripples? It's kind of like that. It's sewed like that on purpose. So I'm gonna make that shirt out of this material because I want to have the shirt. I thought I was gonna have that other version be the actual shirt, but it didn't look that great. But I think this is gonna look great. So I'm gonna cut out the pieces, sew them together, and I'm gonna show you the reveal at the end. So if you want to see all of that come about, then I hope you keep watching. All right, here it is laid out. I thought it was a tablecloth, but I realize now it is a curtain. It's a very thin paneled curtain. But yeah, this is the top of the curtain right here where the little bar would go through, because it has these. Just realized that now. And it only came with one, so that's why I guess I thought it might have been a tablecloth, but no, it is a curtain. And I don't know if you can see the texture a little bit better now. Yeah, so I think this is gonna look good as that shirt. And hopefully I have enough material. I always just guess, so I don't really know. I'm gonna lay all the pattern pieces out and start cutting. I just put gathering stitches in these two pieces, and now I'm going to put one on this one. A lot of people say to do two. I usually do one because I just don't feel like doing the second one. And the first one usually works fine. So let's see what it does. See? One works fine, so I don't bother. And this doesn't even need to be gathered that much anyway. Just do that.
Ain't no game when you ain't got bosses. Grab resources, cut your losses. Ain't no game when you ain't got bosses.
Okay, guys, calm down.
This is the strip that I cut off the edge of the curtain, and I just opened up the seam and folded it the right side together so that I can make the strips. This strip is one long strip, and I'm just gonna cut it in half here. I'm going to cut it down to the 20, and then I'll be left with two strips. Then I'm going to cut those two in half at the 10, so then I'll have 4 strips of 10 inches each.
Failing septic systems, storm water runoff, and animal and agricultural waste, according to the New York State Department of Health.
That is disgusting. had the 4 strips all turned right side out, but these are a little too thick. I like these better. They're a little bit more slender. So I ironed it down and I'm folding them in half, and then I'm just sewing straight down like that to make them skinny. Okay, so I'm taking my strips now and I'm using my little ruler. I just got this by accident and I actually really like it. It's marked at the 1/2 inch right now. The seam allowance on this is 1/2 inch. So I'm going to come down 1/2 inch from the top and put that right there, and I'll clip it, and then come down 4 inches from that, from the bottom, and then put the other one from the bottom of this one to the bottom of this one is 4 inches. And I will do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and now I'll take the other 2 pieces. One of these is going to be the outside and the other is going to be the liner. This is the side I want to be on the outside. So hopefully I can remember to do that. And I'll put these upside down on top of that. And from here, I'm just going to top stitch across this neckline and then down this way. Leave the shoulder open, leave this part open too. And again, I want this to be the inside, so I'm going to flip it this way just so I can see how it will look from the front. That will be over there. They both look pretty good. This one will be on this side. Now I'm going to bring in my front 2 bodice pieces. Here they are. It's recommended that these get serged beforehand, so I'm going to do that because I'm going to have to attach these together. Put these to the side. This is where the pattern is recommending that there be a space left when these get attached together, but this, as far as I know and from my experience, it does leave quite a bit of a space. So I'm going to sew all the way up to where the seam allowance is for the 1/2 inch. Basically, when it's all said and done, pretty much everything is going to be closed together, but then I'm going to have that strap at the very top. One of the first set of straps will be right here, and then the next set will be higher up based on where it is on those pieces that we just talked about. I'm going to just serge these 2 lines here, this line and then this line, and then I'll put them right sides together and sew them together with a straight stitch all the way up. Okay, these are all put together. Normally we would want to iron this seam allowance down. I will at the end, but not right now. I just want to keep going. I think it'll be fine. Now we're going to do remember these were gathered, so I already pulled them in, and what we're going to do is attach it to this thing. It has to get sandwiched in to these 2 pieces right here. I'm just gonna gather it in a little more so it is even with this, and also make sure the gathers are spread evenly. And this gets opened up like this. The front has to be right sides together. Attach this over here. Keep attaching as it makes its way over to the other end. That front flap is attached there, and then this piece is the back. It has to wrap around to create the sandwich. Okay, everything is sandwiched in there, and I'm just going to sew a straight stitch all the way down. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, so that when this is lifted up, everything is in between these 2 pieces. Let's make sure this came out good before I keep going. Oh yeah, that attached nicely. That's what that looks like. This is the front, and this is the back. And like I mentioned, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, let's see what the other side is looking like. Hopefully it came out good as well. Oh yeah, came out nice, right? Yep. And the ties are lined up. There's the front and there's the back. Everything's looking good. Now I'm going to be working on the back panel, and this is one piece of that, the top part around the shoulders, and here's the other one. This is the one that I cut on the fold. So I have two of those. One is going to be the inside lining and one is going to be the outside. So I'm going to make this be the inside. This is the back panel. This piece has to be sandwiched in between these two. This is the part I want to be the outside, and I'm going to put this right sides together on this side and then clip it together. I already gathered it a little bit, so I'm going to turn it this way so I can see where all the gathers are and make sure that they're spread out evenly. Okay, that looks good there. And then this side needs to be attached to this side. Everything is clipped together. This is what it looks like from the outside. All of this is going to be closed in once this is sewed together. It's just going to be a straight stitch all the way down. Okay, here it is, all connected. I do need to close this neckline, but the neckline has to be sewn right sides together. So I'm going to flip this around and let this panel be in the middle. And because this needs to attach to this, I'm going to just flip this over this way, like that. And I'm going to sew the neckline with a straight stitch going like this. And I'm also probably going to serge the edges. I know this is going to be on the inside, but I just want to close this up and see it's like a bit of a thick little section right here. So just to seal everything in, I'm going to serge that. The back, and it's sandwiched in. This is the inside. The neckline is closed up, and then there are the shoulders open. Now I'm going to attach this panel to the front, and the way that's going to happen is at the shoulders. So here's the front, and what we're going to do is bring these shoulders together. This is the shoulder as it should be normally. Just going to open that up flat like this. Take the back shoulder, open that one up, and then just put them right sides together, lining up the seams. And I'm going to sew straight across this line here. I'm going to clip it and sew it, and then the shoulders will be attached on the inside. Everything looks good. This is where I just sewed. It's looking very nice. I don't know. Maybe I should cut this little corner. It just seems like there's a lot of material in there. So I'm just going to trim this down, this little corner on both sides, so that when this gets pushed out, it just, yeah, feels a little smoother. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Just the corner. Because I'm going to top stitch all the way around, and I want to make sure I don't leave anything unnecessary inside there. I'm going to do a top stitch all the way around the neckline. I'm going to start down here, go up over the strips, go up around this way, around the shoulder part, around this neck, come over to this side, come down this way, and then end it right here. All done. The top stitch is in. It just needs a nice little ironing. And then the sleeves, I ironed it. So everything is nice and pressed now. The seam allowance is pressed flat. I ironed all around the neckline, all over there. So now we're going to put the sleeves on, and this is going to be pretty straightforward, I think. Everything is open, and I'm going to take this sleeve. I have it clipped here. This is the front of the sleeve for this side. This is the front of the sleeve for this side, and then I have it marked where the notch on the pattern. I'm pretty sure that lines up with the shoulder seam right here, so that's what I'm going to do. And I did put a gathering stitch in here because it needs to be gathered a little bit right at the top of the shoulder. I'm just going to line this up on one side, and I'm going to repeat the same steps on the other side. Of course, just clip this on at the shoulder seam, and then come down to this part, and then clip that on. And then I'm going to just keep adding clips as it goes up, and then this is the main area where I want it to be gathered, so I'll gather it a little bit on this side and then a little on this side, and keep clipping. There it is, and then I'll just sew this straight across, and then I'll come back and show you once both sides are done, and then I'll close up the side seams. Make sure everything got caught in there the way it was supposed to. Here is the left side. There's the little pleats across the shoulder. Everything looks good over there. Let's try this side. Yep, pleats again. And looks good. Now, split this way, basically inside out. And I'm gonna line up the side seams now. And it's going to go straight from the sleeve, connecting the sleeve all the way down the side. We do need to hem this, and we have to put elastic in the ends of the sleeves, and those will be the final two steps. I'm going to serge this first. This is the side seam right here. Here I have the double roll hemline just clipped, and I'm going to take it around and sew it with a straight stitch. So just gotta tie and cut the strings and do the same thing to the other side, and then the reveal. I'm just doing one last thing, is that I want to put these wooden beads on the bottoms of the 4 ties. The hole to put the tie through is not big enough, so I'm just using a drill bit and a drill to widen this, and this is what it turns into after.